Nobody saying his name. Nobody trying to fight him. I didn't hear Vergil Ortiz mention his name after the fight. And now some fans, was accusing Vergil Ortiz of ducking Bakhram Murtazaliev. Now, if you don't know who Murtazaliev is, let's talk about it. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. The subscribe button is the bell icon button. Join the Patreon. That link's in the description. He got to beat up Tim Tszyu. Tim Tszyu we thought was gonna be a layup to get the victory over Murtazaliev. A lot of us had never seen Murtazaliev fight. He had been on a lot of Jamel Charlo undercards. He had been on a lot of PBC undercards, and they had never showcased him on the televised portion. Maybe on some prelims. So a lot of times when he popped up as the main event in Orlando versus Tim Tszyu, we just like, Tim Tszyu about to step on dog. And that ain't what we got. He opened up a can of whoop ass with a bad hand. With a broken hand, I think they said. He put hands, foot, toes, elbows, forearms. He dropped the people's elbow on Tim Tszyu. And he destroyed him. And a lot of people say, well, it might be a little blemish on here because, Tim Tszyu wasn't ready. That's Tim Tszyu fault. Every punch he hit Tim Tszyu with, Tim Tszyu almost went to the shout around. Tim Tszyu didn't know what hit him after the fight. So it wasn't one of those performances where he came out blocking up tentative and no, he splashed on the scene. Bud really wasn't trying to fight him, but if Bud was gonna fight him, he would have had to fight Fondora, then he would have fought him for undisputed. So in a way, for Bud, it didn't make no sense. But for Vergil Ortiz, for a guy who don't got a title, I get it. I go for Fondora for the multiple titles too if they want to make that Fondora fight. But, you ain't saying Murtazaliev fight name. And Murtazaliev is probably a better fight than Fondora fight. It's close as far as action-wise. But then if you Vergil Ortiz, like, look here, dude, I done fought, Bokhram, Madrimov, 2 great fights. I got one of the best, if not the best resume for any non-champion in the sport of boxing. I'd rather just go for, a couple belts first. And he should have a pick of his litter, but he ain't trying to fight Murtazaliev. Ain't nobody trying to fight Murtazaliev. Too dangerous. And Murtazaliev might have no choice but to fight Bokhram. And sign me up for that fight too. Sign me up for Bokhram versus Murtazaliev. Hey, I damn near pay some money to see that fight. That's gonna be a barn burner. Murtazaliev got some heavy ass damn hands, man. He can fight. He nasty too. He nasty. Paulie called it a couple years ago. Eastern European takeover. That's what it is. It's becoming a takeover. They ain't the dominant fighter yet, but it's coming. Once you start seeing them predominantly dominate the pound for pound list, and a lot of that got to do with lack of popularity, and lack of popularity, that has to do with lack of, spotlight on them. You see how they buried Murtazaliev on the PBC undercard? The only reason I know that because I would just look at the cards on the event on BoxRec. That's the only reason I know that shit. For real. That's the only reason I know. That's the only reason I know. That's the only reason a ninja know. Because I would look on BoxRec and I would see I would see like, damn, who I keep seeing this Murtazaliev dude's name. I keep seeing this dude's name, on the undercard, So they probably was hoping that he lost, to be real. But yeah, Vergil, I mean, shit, if you want to wait for Sebastian Fondora, wait, because you just fought. Fondora about to fight in a few weeks in March. I have no issue with it. I think Vergil's done enough to pick and choose who you want to fight as far as for a title. But the thing is, the PBC want to do a deal with Vergil and Fondora, because really, Bakhram Murtazaliev is aligned with the PBC. Is he too dangerous for Fondor? My thing is to be protecting Fondor the way they protect Fondor. Why? Is it to go up and make a fight with Canelo at some point to lure Canelo back there? We got, Fondor, but because Fondor don't sell. Fondor don't sell. It's like putting, giving people a choice: Fruit Loops or Sugar O's. People don't. If they had a choice to take, no, just take one box, you ain't gotta pay nothing. They all gonna take Fruit Loops. Nobody taking Sugar O's. So they, my whole thing is, I thought they liked the work inner. You know what I'm saying? They thought they liked to keep things in house. All of a sudden now you don't want to keep things in house. That's funny, ain't it? Now all of a sudden they don't want to keep things in house. So I mean, it makes sense. Do it in Texas. Like Vergil Ortiz ain't this big major pool, He not this huge big major pool. He not. He really not. But it makes sense for them, because you look at the 154-pound division. Who else you got? Tim Tszyu got to build himself up. He fighting Joey Spencer. Keith Thurman doing some tune-up in Australia. Earl Spence, most people think he done. I ain't mad at him. Earl Spence probably done. I mean, who else is there? Erickson Lubin, I think he coming back somewhere in Florida. So really, and ain't no stars in the division. Jamel Charlo, he say he coming back. He like, the person that you invite to all the functions, but they don't ever come. Yeah, I'm coming. They don't ever come to the functions. And then the one time you don't invite them, why you ain't invite me? Like, dude, I know about you 20 times. You ain't even come none of the 20 times. Like, we still waiting on Dog to come back. Don't think it's going to happen. Don't think it's going to happen. So, only time will tell. But yeah, I think, obviously, let me know what y'all think. Should Vergil fight? Y'all don't see Vergil Fondor, Vergil Murtazaliev. Either or to me, I think it'd be a good fight either or. But if it's me personally, and I can make a deal with the PBC, I'm probably going to fight Murtazaliev. I'm probably going to fight Fondor. 2 belts. Is it with the lineal? Do he got the lineal too? I'm not sure if he got the lineal. I'm not sure. Don't think so. 2 belts, man, yeah. But Vergil Murtazaliev, if he beat Fondor and then got to do a rematch, that's a good fight. I think they both good fights, action-pack wise. I think people think Vergil got a better chance at beating Fondor because they seen Fondor drop, they seen Fondor knocked out, and they think that Vergil, can do that. But if Fondor stick behind his jab and he box like he did versus versus Tim Tszyu, it's gonna be a tough fight. But Murtazaliev, the difference with Murtazaliev, it seemed like he can take it, and it seemed like he can dish it. So him and Vergil, I think from a aesthetic standpoint of view, that's the better fight. That's the fight that's gonna be a throwdown. But if I'm fighting a dude like Vergil, if I'm fighting Vergil or Murtazaliev or Fondor, I'm going to their body. I ain't playing with them niggas, man. I'm going to their body. All of them got great, good chin with Fondor, but I'm breaking them down to the body. If I'm Vergil, my whole game plan is stabbing to that body, to Murtazaliev body. You start getting into a head-hunting contest down the stretch with that man, that's dangerous. And if I'm Murtazaliev, I'm going to Vergil body. All that rhabdomyosis and all the stress that he put on making the weight, man, call me the body snatcher. But man, I think Murtazaliev and Vergil, that might be one of the best fights you can see in boxing. Take the titles away, take the names away, take the promotion away, and just get in the ring and fight, man. That shit gonna be a barn burner. I don't blame Vergil for not wanting to go into that fight, because you might not come out the same. You're gonna come out with some respect. That might be on some Gaddy Ward type shit. They gonna be in that bitch thumping. I ain't gonna lie. That deserves to be a main event. I like to see Turkey do a card But ain't nothing but great fight. Ain't nothing but barn burners, like great stylistic fights. Obviously, Shakur Stevenson won't be in there. Just exciting fighter. This is just called excitement. Like Murtazaliev, Vergil, or Vergil and Fondora, Murtazaliev. Just motherfuckers like the guy, and this is like the Gadian War card or something like that. You know, Bam, Vergil, somebody that's down there that can get with them. That Nakatani cat that y'all want to see fight in New UI, throw that Joker up in there. Sheesh. You know, Benavidez and Better BF. A Morel and Yard, that'll be a good one. Oh man, Mbili, Berlanga, man, shit, I'll throw a card together. It won't even cost that much. I'll throw a card together, boy. No cap. But hey, let me know what you girls and guys think. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, join the Patreon. That's inside the link tree in the description. Hit the link tree in the description. Find me everywhere. Peace.